Okay. All right. Any questions? Any comments?
So what do you see going forward? I mean,
Well, that's our next. Yeah. So
oh, oh, that's
I
next week.
want to
Okay.
look at the rear view right now. I just tell you where we are, and then we will have our annual, investment ideas going forward, and we
Okay.
will, look at some sectors, look at some ideas as far as 2025 and beyond. Again, I'm not in the business of forecasting. I don't like to forecast, but we just share ideas. So yeah, so that's it's in the coming next 2 weeks. We will do that. Might do it like in two sessions. So
Oh, okay.
okay, yeah. So I like to have something left for that session, so so we can concentrate. Yeah. But the reason, as I mentioned, I'd like to do this is just, again, you can just save the PDF and things that you can refer back. Could be from 4 years ago, 5 years ago, or I don't know. I'm a
Yeah.
history buff, right? So that's my handicap. So here you are.
You know, what I found interesting was like XLE is like used to be a big percentage of the S&P and it's not anymore. But I think the chart you were showing was it grew a lot and has stagnated the past 2, 3 years, right?
Yeah. So I mean,
Though it's still a very small percentage.
well, it was 2022 was a turning point in the sense that it was more of a defensive, right? So we have all of a sudden you see, Russia-Ukraine war, for instance, and that's all of a sudden the commodities get attraction, natural gas, crude oil, everything, we have geopolitics. So in the meantime, everything else is really the markets, the technology, and the big, the magnificent, they're going down. So it became a safe haven in a way too. So, and then, but yeah, I mean, in this year they were not that great. So, but this coming year, I mean, not this year, 2024, 2025, should be interesting year. I think depending on a lot
Yeah.
of policies, right? I believe the price of crude oil should be very stable, uh, depending on, again, that it looks like a friendly policy toward drilling and other things. So that should be good news in some ways for inflation, because that's a big part, your gasoline. But the tariffs, on the other hand, could be the other side of things. So the consumer um, products, so that consumer goods, that could be a negative side. So we'll explore all of that. But yeah, so energy should be an interesting deregulations. You can already see the financials how they have been behaving. So we'll see how that goes. I think I talked to overseas. Everybody is waiting for January 21st. They want to make sure 20th comes, see what happens on the 21st. Never seen so much
Yeah.
anticipation around the world, how people are just waiting. The leaders, the people, I mean, common people are watching it.
You
Currency
know, you
traders.
you you mentioned the financials, and yes, you have the deregulation, which should be bullish financials, but the drop in the bonds and in the long-term bonds has really hurt the balance sheets of these financials. I mean, they're sitting on huge losses, right? I
No,
just don't know.
no, you're absolutely right. Especially, we look at the regional banks and all
Yeah.
that are, and we just saw a tip of the iceberg a couple of years ago, but this is,
Mm,
yeah, you're absolutely right. So if it doesn't come under control, and I think that's what this year is very difficult, because you have so many forces that it's kind of a push and pull in a way. So yeah, so
yeah.
that's what I
Not
think.
only
Go ahead.
I was saying not only the bonds, but also the commercial loans they have on their books.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It's Yeah, I don't want to, yeah, we'll discuss it like in a week or two. So good. Any other comments? Anyone else? Anything?
Yeah, I was gonna say that I would wait a little bit longer than January 21st to see what happens with the tariffs.
Oh, that's just
Because
one of the
with,
components, right? So,
yeah, well, that's a big one, right? Because
yeah.
um just judging based on his first term, tariffs are more like a negotiating tool for him
Yeah. No, I
than
mean,
an actual policy. So we'll see what happens
no,
because there are a lot
exactly.
of,
I agree. And
yeah.
also you have to remember February is not a friendly month anyway. So I think we have enough time to digest things. So I'm not gonna rush into a lot of things. We did have a really nice run already, like in November. Oh my God. So this is a time to be very selective, and that's when my goal is just throw the ideas so you have a good inventory of things. But it's definitely not going to be a dull moment or dull year. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, I agree. But it's not even beyond that. It's not just the tariffs, it's the politics, the geopolitics,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
most of the leadership, the geo relations. I mean, here, Trudeau, which, I've been going back and forth to Canada, so I know exactly how Canadians feel. I mean, he was elected like for like 13%. I mean, who gets elected? But it was like, or whatever, 15. There were 13 candidates. So basically now things, just his effect, the domino effect is what is affecting the whole thing. I mean, I'm talking about Trump. So President Trump is a domino effect affecting other countries. So the way they behave will affect obviously their economic policy. And then we also see what's going on in Germany. And I think that's I, I would really watch Germany very closely. And I think that will dictate what's going to happen in Europe. So that's my opinion. But yeah.
And all the wars, obviously.
What is that?
The wars, you know, the Ukraine and the Middle East.
Yeah, well, the whole thought is he's like, how he said, well, when I start, we should have everything done
Yeah,
when I
well,
start. Well, we'll see.
I don't
That's
think
why I
that
said
it's that
everybody wants.
easy.
Yeah. But I remember the day, probably weren't even born, but 1980 one when Reagan is in his inauguration, Iran freed the 52 hostages. It was so symbolic, and it was so who knows? I mean, that's what I think Trump is kind of striving to. So
Yeah.
we'll see. But yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, you don't need to. I can just stop sharing so we can see each other. And okay, if I hope it was helpful. I hope you are I don't know if you're still watching the market analysis, some of the things, if they're helpful for you, because I still working on that. I've kind of shortened it, so basically a little bit shorter than before. And my thought was actually like, we have the lessons of the week. Maybe I'll do like a short term, like 2 minute or 1 minute, like a daily lesson of the week, just keep you a little intrigued. The only problem I have is I don't want to do emails. I don't want to bombard you. I'm sure I'm yesterday I had 720 emails. I had a little minimum, I mean, it was nothing medical emergency, which it wasn't really. But just being away from my computer was like 700 emails. I don't want to be responsible for your 700 emails. But I thought we'll do that, or maybe do a Instagram, or I don't know, something like that. But that's my goal. So that's why I'm not doing lessons of the week. I just want to have it fun and maybe do one clip a day. or 2 or 3 minutes.
I mean, I definitely don't see your emails as spam. So
Oh, you don't see it as a spam?
your emails from you, no, definitely
Yeah.
not. So
Oh, okay. Good. But even my emails are all business related. They are not like
oh,
there are not anything, marketing. I've unsubscribed so many. I still do because all
they
you need to
still
do
come.
is just sign up for one thing and then everything else. Everybody has partner and they like to do that. So, but anyway, um,
Yeah, I had some questions also, but we'll save it for the other.
oh, okay. I mean,
Yeah. The
yeah,
only thing is that I'll start having meetings, work meetings on Thursdays at the same time again.
okay. Well, what
This week I'm free because it's just after the holidays, so they
well, we
canceled
don't
it.
have to. I mean, we can do it Fridays if you like because we used to
The
have
other
2 or
the,
3 meeting.
the other days I'm available most unless somebody schedules something, but this one is weekly because of the project I'm on right now.
Yeah, we can be. I mean, if everyone agrees, I mean, we can do it then. I don't have
I'm
to.
okay with Friday or Wednesday.
Yeah. So the other thing is, my I mentioned I have that for the first time. I'm doing like this 10 worksheet. It's like really heavy duty trading concentration, but more on the psychology. But I was gonna do it like maybe Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Like Wednesday, like at 5 o'clock or so. So I just have to kind of balance it out. So because I teach also Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, and I have meetings Monday nights, and then I have shows on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I thought we can do this Friday afternoon if it's better for everyone. And because I used to do the market analysis on the weekend, now I just record it, so we don't have to. I mean, so Friday should work out for me as
I mean,
well.
tomorrow or next Friday, next
Oh,
week.
next Friday. Yeah, I don't think you want to see me 2 days in a row. So, but yeah. So just let me know if that works. We can do that. We don't have to do it Thursdays. So
Yeah, Friday is better for me.
okay. Anyone else? Any that
Sometimes I can't, but usually I should be available. Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I mean we can do it anytime. I mean the market's closed at 1:30. I'm done, so we can do it anytime after that. So and then we love to have you, Matthew. It's always nice to see you. And I know your
Thank you
hands
so
are
much.
full, but
I know. Yeah, Fridays is good for me. It's kind of like same as a Thursday, so
oh, it is.
hopefully I can, yeah,
No, I
just
know
like,
you have
yeah,
responsibilities, so yeah.
yeah,
Okay. I mean, we can
yeah.
even do it a little later. I mean, it's all up to you. I'm pretty good. Fridays I don't teach any classes, so
Whatever all the group decision, I go with that. So
I mean,
yeah,
we record it and send it out. So, but anyway, but it's always nice. I've been missing this, having this live interaction is completely
so
different than recording it. So, okay. All right. Well, glad to see everyone the first 2 weeks of the year. Let's do this. And
awesome.
I was supposed to actually be in Iran like 2 days ago. I was supposed to travel, but I'm glad I'm here. So we'll see what happens. I think they are waiting for inauguration. So we'll see. All right. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll talk to you next week. This Thursday or Friday. Thanks.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.